I'm Moulos from e-commerce brokers, and in this video, I'm going to tell you what a buy-side business broker does and how they help their clients acquire online businesses. Now, at e-commerce brokers, we've been helping people buy and sell online businesses now for over a decade. And in this video, I'm going to go through the detail of how we help our clients acquire businesses. So let's get into it. As you can imagine, going into the online business acquisition space can be daunting. Now, a lot of first-time buyers either have no online business experience or they actually don't have any business experience at all and they just want to bring in a few $1,000s from home with an online business acquisition. Now, that's very understandable. A lot of our clients are actually looking to do just that. Now, that's what an online business, buy-side business broker is there for. We help our clients go through the whole process. Now, to cut it up into segments, there is the sourcing process, there is the negotiation process, there's the due diligence process, and there's the closing process. And of course, at e-commerce brokers, we help with all of that. Now let's go into detail into each of those steps. Step one, what do we charge? What do buy-side business brokers actually charge? So typically, a buy-side business broker will charge an upfront fee and then also a commission on the successful acquisition of a business. And this could be in a rolling agreement. You might find that it's a fee every year, a subscription fee, and then a success fee on the acquisition of every business. That's typically how brokers work. Now, the bigger the client, the buy-side client, or the smaller the client, that percentage might fluctuate, as well as the upfront fee. But that's typically the structure in which they work. Now, a lot of all these online business brokers have a lot of experience with buying and selling online businesses, just like we do. We've been doing this for 11 years, and of course, we help out on the sell side with a lot of exits every single year. So our first step when we get a client is that we firstly really get to the specifics of their acquisition criteria. We get a very thorough understanding of what they are actually looking to buy. And a lot of the time, they have an idea of what they want and what they want to do with their business or what they want the business to do for them. And in that first call that we have, the first and second call really, we get into the specifics of the type of niches and the type of cash flow and the type of operations that they want to have within the business. These are the specifics that we get into for their acquisition criteria. Now that acquisition criteria is very important because myself and my team will go out to basically the business world and we'll go and directly contact sellers to get an understanding of if they're looking to sell, and if they're not, if they are, we bring them to the negotiating table and we start working out the valuation of their business and what type of business they actually have and how big it is, etc. And then we'll collect a lot of these different businesses and then show them to our clients every week in an email typically. Now, week on week, month by month, usually about the 2-month mark, we've shown our client a lot of businesses and they've said, great, George, number 2 of this week looks great. Let's have a conversation with them. Number 4 of the week before looks good too, and we'll have a conversation with them. That's really what the sourcing period looks like. The next step is the negotiation and LOI process. Now, this is where I say we earn our commission and we earn our fee because we go to the seller and we say, okay, well, you have a valuation of, let's say, $1 million, and we typically bring down the price 20 to 30%, which is a massive amount compared to the size of the business. And on top of that, we'll also negotiate great terms, whether it be seller financing, whether it be earnout, whether it be support period, consulting fees, etc. So we make it so that our buyer has a great de-risked and safe acquisition for their first acquisition especially. On average, we achieve 30 to 50% either seller financing or earnout for our clients. So their acquisition went from $1 million total all the way down to, let's call it $800K, and half of that might be seller finance. So they're only putting $400K down up front, massively de-risking the deal for them. The next step, of course, is signing the letter of intent, which is a legal document that we have templates for. Of course, consult a lawyer, and we have those connections to great e-commerce lawyers as well. But you sign that letter of intent that puts you into the due diligence period for roughly 30 to 60 days with the seller to confirm the information they've provided. Now, the due diligence process. Now, a buy-side business broker is vital to this part of the deal because they've seen so many deals, they know what is a good thing and what is a bad thing. They know how to pick out those red flags in the due diligence process. A buy-side business broker will bring in an e-commerce focused lawyer and an e-commerce focused accountant to go through the financials and to go through basically the legal standing of the business. Now, A buyer-side business broker will most importantly go through the website traffic, the website itself, customer reviews. They'll chat with suppliers, employees, etc., and go through all the specifics and analytics of the business to see, yes, it is what the seller showed and provided in the listing period. And if there are any red flags, we can bring them up and we can say, yes, these are our thoughts. We think it's worth pursuing. We think it's not pursuing. This is where things really become more about safety of the buyer's money than anything, right? Which is our priority, as always. Now, after the due diligence process and during the due diligence process, the sales agreement or asset purchase agreement is finalized. This typically is drafted by the buyer and then confirmed with a bit of back and forth between the seller's lawyer or an attorney or the buyer's lawyer and attorney. And by the completion day, the last day of due diligence, that agreement is ready. And the funds are put into escrow, usually again managed by the buy-side broker, and the agreement is signed and the assets are transferred, funds are released. That's a very simplified overview of the process. Now, if you are looking for a buy-side business broker to make your first acquisition, of course you can contact us below via the link and of course have a call with me and we'll go through your acquisition criteria and see if we can help out. So with that being said, if you'd like to see more videos like this, subscribe below and we'll see you in the next video.